We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. A short one taken at the 10. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. They'll run. This is Jaylen Warren. And it's a positive start. A gain of 5 to get things going. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run the toss with Warren. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. They'll try and run it here with Warren. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
On 4th down, here's Cameron Johnston to punt for Pittsburgh. Deep to return is Malik Washington. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. The lefty right to the air to start. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. In motion, it's Waddle. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there. 3rd down coming up.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
A big-time play for the Dolphins. And even 30 yards.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
That's to the sideline and pulled in by Smith. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. This one caught at the 4. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
And now movement up front. This crowd is making it tough down deep in the red zone. Now it is 1st and goal. Tua, gonna give it to Achan. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. The task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. In motion, it's Waddle. On the ground is Achan. Good running on display there, taking it to the 5, but now it is 3rd and goal.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Now, Tagovailoa on 3rd and goal. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown. And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. Jason Sanders on for the point after. He's got it. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Steelers' offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's Rudolph. That's complete. Calvin Austin. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? To throw is Rudolph. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Back to throw is Rudolph. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Warren. He'll take this down to the 43, a short pickup there. Second down and 8. Once again, it's Warren. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Rudolph. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, and he'll be kicking right into the full effects of the wind. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the carry, here's A-Chain. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. In motion, it's Waddle. Tua now on 3rd down. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. It's a 1st down and a gain of 16.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
A shotgun snap for Tua. That's taken in by A-Chan.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
In motion, it's Waddle. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain one additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now Rudolph. He finds Austin with the grab. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. That's a Steeler first down. One quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, he'll set up to throw. This one is complete to DK Metcalf. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
A carry here for Warren. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Rudolph looking to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that'll be batted down. Pat Freiermuth, the intended receiver. And 3rd down coming up.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
2nd time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Throwing, Rudolph. This one grabbed by Austin. And the Steelers are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example.
And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Jalen Warren. Touchdown, Steelers. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Westbrook-Akine motioning here. Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
In motion, it's Waddle. Play action. Tagovailoa. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And he'll work this into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line, taken down after a gain of 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Hill brought in motion. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. Throw across his body is complete.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
They motion the slot man left. They run on the jet sweep. And he'll take this down to about the 7. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. A run up the middle with Achan. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. 3rd and goal coming up.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up 3rd down.
Big play coming up. 3rd and goal. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll try to run. He is in. Tua Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Dolphins. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense ready for this next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And he'll take this past the 30, a gain of 6, mark it at the 31. On the handoff, this is Warren. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3. But a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, they go with Warren. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. We'll mark him up at the 39-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
Here's a handoff to Warren. And he'll get forward for a couple. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll run straight ahead with Warren. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got his man. It's Pickens. That's his 1st reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. They'll throw out of the gun. He's going to look for the home run ball.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner, and next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
And that one not placed as well as he had hoped. It's all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. To the left side, in the hands of Hill.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Throwing is Tua. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go until halftime. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Tua gonna throw. To the outside, he's got Smith.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Back to throw is Tua. Now a screen set up for Achane. That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Now a 1st down throw for Tua. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
To the air again, Tagovailoa. That's over the middle, caught by Tyreek. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
It is caught. It is Westbrook-Ikhine. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. Off play action, it's Tua. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
Jason Sanders on to try the field goal. This will be a 38-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Steelers offense gonna get it one final time in this first half. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Here's Rudolph. He's going to air this one out. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with 1st down. Hill brought in motion. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
This is teach tape for man defense, Mike. I mean, he is not looking back at the quarterback at all. He is in the hip pocket of his receiver. He's staying in phase and in rhythm. And then he knows when the wide receiver's hands go up, attack the ball. And that's about as good as it gets.
They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. 1st down, Miami.
You can see the trust they have in this running back and the offensive line. You're facing a 3 and out. You're trying to extend this drive, turn around, hand it to the guy behind you, and let him do the rest.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
A shotgun snap for Tua. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. He's got the wind at his back as he's on to punt this one away. Here's Austin to return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. A run out of the gun with Warren.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
They run with Warren. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
That's a heck of a stop there defensively, Mike. 2nd and inches, you're thinking the first down is pretty much a formality, but not for this defense. They pack it in tight, they sell out on the run, and they're going to force this team to snap it again on 3rd down.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Steelers getting ready to punt this one away, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Westbrook-Akine motioning here. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
From the gun, here's Tua. And he finds Tyreek. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Oh, how about the coverage there? Met and dropped before he can get a return going. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Throwing, Rudolph. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Now, faking the give. He's got Freiermuth open on the left side.
This play is actually really well defended here, but I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
1st and 10. A run up the middle with Warren. And a short pickup here, brought down just shy of midfield. Now Warren. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. That is Zach Sealer getting in there to bring him down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll see if they can put something together here. Big 1st and 10. To throw is Tua. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Here's Tua now on 2nd down. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think you just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Here's Tagovailoa. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down. All 3 incompletions, and now it brings up 4th down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now Rudolph. He'll throw it left, and that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down.
Mike, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course, out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Rudolph. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They run out of the gun with Warren. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll run the toss with Warren. Warren, first down and more. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
The key to these toss plays, Mike, is that the back has patience. It's a mixture of you want to get that ball out on the edge quickly, but you also have to give time for the big boys out in front to give you some blocks. So really well executed there, and it led to a big pickup.
On the ground, this is Warren. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Once again, it's Warren. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the second half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Here's Warren. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Warren. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard short. No gain.
I typically like to see the play-action pass on the early downs, Mike. Now they find themselves on 3rd down. The defense is more prepared for the pass. They get stopped twice with the run. Do they go back to it a 3rd time and take their chances?
They'll run. It's Warren. Powering forward. He's in. Jalen Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This going to be returned from right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He'll get this one out to his fullback. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front, and they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Really nice job defensively. They were all over that from the jump. Initially, I thought he was going to break away and pick up something positive, but at the end of it all, he ended up going backwards.
That's over the middle and caught by Smith. That's how to dig yourself out of the hole. A pickup of 18, much more manageable. 3rd and 2 coming up. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Tua going to give it to Achane, and he's going to be close to that 1st down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. Now he'll run it, and he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
2nd and 7. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
Play action. Tagovailoa. That's caught downfield by Waddle. Not quite to the end zone, but in great position out of bounds at the 3. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 52 yards. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Now Tua. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Nick Westbrook-Akine. Touchdown, Miami. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Patterson now to return it. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Steelers offense getting set to get back to work. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Back to throw is Rudolph. This one grabbed by Austin. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Rudolph looking to throw, and he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
The Dolphins offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Now it's Tua. He'll get this out quickly to Hill.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. In motion, it's Waddle. Here's a give to Achane. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. Third and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Steelers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. They'll come up here 1st and 10. To throw is Rudolph. It's to the sideline and caught by Pickens.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Rudolph. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Here's 3rd and 2. We'll try and run it here with Warren. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Second and a yard. Throwing, Rudolph. He finds Austin with the grab. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Over the middle, Metcalf has it. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A carry here for Warren. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. First down. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll run straight ahead with Warren. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. On the return, Malik Washington. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tua. This one pulled in by Westbrook-Akine. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
From the gun, here's Tua. This throw right side is caught by Hill. Now a 3rd and 2. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the play off on 3rd and short. So, from 3rd and 2, back them up to 3rd and 7. Again, it's Tua. And that is incomplete.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
Special teams on the field, ready for this punt, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. They trail here by a touchdown, as this drive will start with a 1st down. Now Rudolph. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Rudolph. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. 15-yard pickup there. Good for a Steeler 1st down. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and There's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They'll look to throw yet again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got third and fourth down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Hill brought in motion. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. The Dolphins offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll run with A-Chain. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run it here. It's A-Chain. And they pick it up. He's to the 42-yard line. And the drive continues. 1st down. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So a win here for the visiting Dolphins. They proved much the best in this one. They get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. And that'll do it for my partner Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.